Good morning and welcome to the May 19th Assembly Appropriations Committee hearing. We have 107 bills to consider this morning. Before we begin, I have a few housekeeping notes to cover. First, I'd like to thank Assembly members Chris Holden and Luz Rivas for covering vacancies on the committee today. Just to be clear, we are still in mask wearing, social distancing wearing rules. And so if you're inside the chambers, I see we have a couple people today, you still have to socially distance, wear a mask, even if you're speaking, and ensure that you're abiding by all of our rules. If you are not abiding by our rules, either in the gallery or on the phone, we will ask you to discontinue your participation in this meeting. So we ask that you simply abide by our rules. When a bill comes up, we will allow, if there was a predetermined witness, for the witness to speak first in support, a witness in opposition if it had been given to us. After that, we will go to the phone lines and we will ask people for support or opposition. We expect them to say their name, their position, and if they represent an organization, that's fine. But that's it. No more discussion after that. Only the witnesses are giving full discussion. This is a fiscal committee, so we expect all of the presentations and the witnesses to deal with the fiscal analysis. If you are fine with the fiscal analysis, you just ask for the bill to move. We will start, I believe, as a subcommittee as we're waiting for quorum. We need one more. I don't know who's calling roll. Madam Secretary, will you please call the roll?
Gonzalez.
Present.
Bigelow. Present. Calderon. Carrillo. Chow. Dolly. Davies. Here. Fong. Gabriel. Eduardo Garcia. Levine, Quirk, here. Robert Rivas, Weber, Holden, vacancy, covering vacancy, Holden, Luz Rivas, vacancy. Thank you.
Thank you. The call line today for testimony is 877-692-8957, and the access code is 242-6237. Dr. Quirk, let's start with, you have two bills. We'll start with AB 537. It enjoys a due pass recommendation. I see a motion by Ms. Carrillo, a second by Ms. Calderon or Ms. Davies. I appreciate all the women in this row helping me out today. You may proceed.
Good morning, Madam Chair and members. AB 537 modifies the state broadband permitting process to ensure it aligns with updated federal rules. It also provides clarity around the starting point for the shot clock, as well as clarity for the existing deemed approved process at the conclusion of the shot clock. As the analysis highlights, this bill does not have state costs because local agencies have the authority to level fees and charges to cover the cost associated with the bill. We are working very hard with the opposition come up with language we can all agree on. I think we're trying to go in the same direction, but it's in the hands of the lawyers. Here to testify in support of AB 537 is Nate Soloff. On behalf of Crown and Castle, who will speak briefly on the financial aspects of this bill.
Thank you. We'll go to the phone lines with Dan Schweitzer.
Nate Solov on behalf of Dan Schweizer and Crown Castle, sponsors and supporters of the bill. We agree with the committee's fiscal analysis. This bill will not cost the state any money since local jurisdictions can charge fees to cover permitting costs. The bill will allow high-speed internet projects to be built in months instead of years. And the bill also allows the local jurisdictions to retain local control because it simply allows them to approve or deny permits. It just mandates that they do it in the federally mandated timelines. We respectfully ask for your support. Thank you.
Thank you. We also have an opposition witness listed, Catherine Dodd with the California Alliance for Nurses for a Healthy Environment. Catherine, are you on the line?
Good morning, Chair Gonzalez.
Thank you.
I am. Good morning, Chair Gonzalez and committee members. My name is Catherine Dobbs from the Alliance of Nurses for Healthy Environments. There are many reasons to be concerned about this bill, including the usurpation of local control by further tightening local decision-making timelines, aka shot clocks, propose deemed approval standards, which the FCC refused to adopt and the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals refused to grant in November of 2020. Beyond health and safety concerns, let me focus on the fiscal impacts that will fall on local governments. The fees, which you've heard about, are limited by law. The costs pertain to the litigation and liability costs. First, if local governments fail to meet the shortened deemed approval shot clocks, this bill requires local government to pay for the court challenges to telecom applicants instead of the other way around. This is the opposite position of the FCC rules and recommendation. This transfer of litigation costs to local government will most certainly be a financial burden. There's also the lack of liability insurance for wireless broadband providers, which transfers costs to local governments and communities. The telecom-related Malibu fire in 2018 cost $6 billion and burned over 1,000 acres. Costs associated with that fire, not including the health costs, were borne by local jurisdictions and are in part why cities like Malibu and many others across the state are opposed to this bill and to SB 556. There are many bills this session that promote safe, fast, inexpensive, and highly effective wired broadband to homes and businesses across the state. Wireless broadband technology is not the same thing and does not close the digital divide in underserved communities who cannot afford wireless technology. This is not a solution to provide equity and to close the digital divide. Thank you for the opportunity to testify today. We urge your no vote on this bill.
Thank you. With that, we've had 2 minutes of testimony in support and 2 minutes in opposition. We will first take it to the gallery. If there's somebody here who wants to register, we're at the point where you just register your support or opposition. Please state your name, the organization, and your position.
Thank you. My name is Johanna Finney, representing all California municipalities who already have fully compliant telecom ordinances.
Thank you. In this committee, we just...
And we oppose. That is my group's name.
Perfect.
And we oppose.
Okay. Thank you.
My name is Paul McGavin from Wire, California, and I'm also with Californians who are befuddled that 12 bills have speakers today, but yet there are 109, and we can't get in touch with the committee. They won't return a call. We oppose the bill.
Thank you for registering your opposition. Seeing no more people coming to the mic. Do we have, oh, we do have, I'm sorry. One more at the microphone.
Good morning, Madam Speaker, members. Mark Graham, on behalf of Preserve, the local authority of cities and counties to regulate the placement of cell antennas, and we oppose.
Thank you. We're now going to go to the phone lines. Anybody that wants to register their support or opposition to AB 537, again, especially because it's really hard to hear, please don't get too creative on the organization you represent. We are only looking for a name if you belong to an organization, support or oppose. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And if you wish to speak in support or opposition of AB 537, you may press 1 and then 0 at this time. Line 95, your line is open. Please go ahead.
Good morning. Justin Heyer from the Silicon Valley Leadership Group. We are proud to support AB 537. Thank you.
Line 45, your line is open. Please go ahead.
Good morning, Madam Chair and members. Roxanne Gould, representing the Wireless Infrastructure Association, in support of the bill. Thank you.
Thank you.
Line 106, your line is open. Please go ahead.
Good morning, Madam Chair and members. Jennifer Rowe on behalf of T-Mobile in support.
Thank you.
Line 81, your line is open. Please go ahead.
Yes, my name is Sydney Cox. I represent Safe Tech for Santa Rosa, and I strongly oppose AB 537. Thank you.
Thank you.
Line 59, your line is open. Please go ahead.
Ryan Elaine with the California Retailers Association in support. Thank you.
Thank you.
Line 79, your line is open. Please go ahead. Line 79, you may be on mute. Please go ahead. Your line is open. Line 61, your line is open. Please go ahead.
Yes, my name is Kathleen Gildred. On behalf of 5G Free California, we strongly oppose AB 537.
Line 55, your line is open. Please go ahead.
Aaron Bell on behalf of CTIA, the Trade Association for the Wireless Industry, in strong support.
Line 129, your line is open. Please go ahead.
Good morning, Melanie Figueroa on behalf of Verizon in support. Thank you.
Line 97, your line is open. Please go ahead.
Daniel Gutierrez on behalf of the Communications Workers of America District 9 in respectful opposition.
Thank you.
Line 38, your line is open. Please go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
This is Sarah Amanoff. I strongly oppose this bill.
Thank you.
Line 80, your line is open. Please go ahead. Line 80, you may be on mute. Your line is open. Please go ahead. Line 101, your line is open. One moment, please. Your line is open. Please go ahead.
Good morning, Jennifer Kennedy, LA County. I oppose.
We have no further comments in queue at this time.
Thank you so much. We'll bring that back to the committee. Seeing no questions, Dr. Quirk, that gets out on an A roll call with Mr. Bigelow not voting.
Thank you.
At this point, we'll read the bills that have been moved to the consent calendar. Mr. Consultant, Mr. Chief Consultant, can you please read the bills?
AB 631 Bloom, AB 1298 Bloom, AB 1362 Carrillo, AB 1477 Cervantes, AB 1221 Flora, AB 1064 Fong, AB 1150 Frazier, AB 36 Gallagher, AB 850 Gallagher, AB 1037 Grayson, AB 1275 Jones Sawyer, AB 571 Mays, AB 1190 Mays, AB 1279 Maritsucci, AB 758 Nazarian, AB 1172 O'Donnell, AB AJR 7 Patterson, AB 1428 Quirk, AB 1155 Salas, AB 1561 Committee on Labor and Employment, AB 1586 Committee on Governmental Organization, AB 1587 Committee on Governmental Organization, AB 1588 Committee on Governmental Organization, AB 1589 Committee on Governmental Organization.
Thank you. I'll take a motion for Mr. Bigelow and a second by Ms. Carrillo on the consent calendar, and that gets out on an A roll call. At this time, we will read the rest of the bills that have not been presented on that will be moved to the suspense file, which will be dispensed of tomorrow.
AB 661 Bennett, AB 37 Berman, AB 796 Berman, AB 721 Bloom, AB 1126 Bloom, AB 1255 Bloom, AB 1358 Bonta, AB 1276 Carrillo, AB 525 Chu, AB 550 Chu, AB 915 Chu, AB 934 Cooley, AB 579 Flora, AB 2 Fong, AB 979 Frazier, AB 981 Frazier, AB 1431 Frazier, AB 1147 Friedman, AB 1195 Cristina Garcia, AB 778 Eduardo Garcia, AB 1500 Eduardo Garcia, AB 257 Lorena Gonzalez, AB 701 Lorena Gonzalez, AB 1139 Lorena Gonzalez, AB 1319 Lorena Gonzalez, AB 753 Grayson, AB 1135 Grayson, AB 1429, Holden, AB 519, Irwin, AB 416, Calra, AB 369, Kamalager, AB 888, Levine, AB 1194, Low, AB 1388, Low, AB 5459, Mathis, AB 926, Mathis, AB 446, Mays, AB 759, McCarty, AB 777, McCarty, AB 728, Mullen, AB 1137, Mullen, AB 1395, Maritsucci, AB 523, Nazarian, AB 1316, O'Donnell, AB 540, Petrie Norris, AB 545, Quirk, AB 362, Quirk Silva, AB 865, Quirk Silva, AB 1183, Ramos, AB 412, Reyes, AB 984, Luz Rivas, AB 377, Robert Rivas, AB 568, Robert Rivas, AB 1110, Robert Rivas, AB 82, Rodriguez, AB 879, Blanco Rubio, AB 1361, Blanco Rubio, AB 383, Salas, AB 699, Salas, AB 1503, Santiago, AB 478, Ting, AB 1238, Ting, AB 875, Wood, AB 942, Wood, AB 1132, Wood, AB 1311, Wood, AB 719, Committee on Agriculture, AB 1532, Committee on Business and Professions, AB 1334, Committee on Business and Professions, AB 1535, Committee on Business and Professions, AB 1536, Committee on Business and Professions. That's it.
That completes all of the bills that have now been moved to the suspense file. We've done that every week, and that file will be dispensed of tomorrow. If you are hoping to express your support or opposition to one of the bills that was named just now, where the author has waived presentation, so there is no presentation on the bill, but you still would like to express your support or opposition for any bill, you may do so now. This is public comment. We will start with folks in the gallery, and because there are so many people waiting on the lines and in the gallery, I expect one organization per person and a very quick support or oppose. Thank you.
Is it on? Hello, my name's Jonathan Barraclough. I am a NASA engineer and an Air Force veteran, and I strongly oppose AB 1139.
Thank you.
My name is Johanna Finney. I'm with the Californians against this disposal of democratic transparency. On all of these bills today, we oppose.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, just point of order. Is this a comment for all the bills you just read, or just for each individual bill we're going to go through? Do we know? Do we have an answer?
You may express your support or opposition
For which one?
for the bills that have been moved to suspense.
Every single one? How many did you read? Like 50? You want me to have one comment of support
Thank you,
or
sir. You can
opposition
support-
for all 50 bills at this time? Is that
Sir,
correct?
Absolutely. You can support or oppose any individual
How
bill.
can I
and read it out.
individually
Thank you.
oppose all 50
Okay.
bills in one comment?
Those are the rules. That's
All right,
fine.
I'm going to go through them individually, and I don't remember the numbers. I'm going to go through one at a
Sir,
time.
Sir,
Okay,
no,
that's
you're not.
fair.
You are going to abide by the rules of this committee. You may, if you know a bill that you are supportive or opposed to, you know the bill number, you can read it now.
Okay,
and state
one
your
second.
opposition, or you can leave the
I'm
building.
going to my list. I'm going right now to find it. Thank you. And now that I'm clear, I'll get my list. Please wait for me.
No, we are not waiting. We're moving on. We have 104 bills. We can move on. Thank
You have
you.
109 bills,
No,
of which you have 12
sir,
speakers. That's correct.
Can you please remove the gentleman from the building? We have very clear rules in this committee, and we're going to abide by them. You can read a bill you are opposed to, any bill you're opposed to, but that is it.
Good morning, Madam Speaker, members. I'm Mark Graham, addressing on AB 1428 on behalf of the digital divide is primarily a financial or cost issue, not a technological issue, and we oppose this bill.
Thank you.
And at this time, we have no further comments in the queue.
Thank you so much. And with that, that concludes our Assembly Appropriations Committee.